Guys, David the Thrifty Mechanic here. Got a public service announcement for you guys. For you people, well, not you people, but you guys out there, or gals, if you're so inclined, who are kind of forgetful, this is for you. So, yesterday I was working on a Chevy S10 4-wheel drive to do a check to see why the 4-wheel drive wasn't working. Now, if you haven't seen like South Main Auto Channel, Eric O gives a really good explanation as to how to diagnose that system. So make sure to check him out at South Main Auto Channel. It's on YouTube. They're great. I watch all of his videos. Eric, I love you, buddy. Give me a shout out. Anyway, up here in the Rust Belt, when you get vacuum actuated steel braided steel wire or whatever, salt and all that stuff destroys it. So I was going in to check and make sure that the bladder was filling and deflating as it should have because of the vacuum. So when I went to go take the battery out, the battery tray was almost gone, but I took it out anyway, and I heard a clunk, and I was just like, I didn't drop anything. So I checked to make sure I had my stuff. I had my ratchet, this is mine, and my socket was on it. It was I think they were 10mm sockets, and that was it. I found this. It's a TL72 snap-on ratchet. It's the long-handled one. These are the ones that everybody likes a lot, and they're like, oh, it's like my favorite, man, and stuff like that. I've never cared for these, but this is like $120 from Snap-on. So, very painful loss to somebody who has purchased it. So, I got some helpful hints for you guys to help save you from the same fate. And it can get to be kind of monotonous to tell you this stuff. One, don't forget stuff. I mean, good grief, you paid $100-something for this, and you're gonna go and forget it? Would you forget your car? Like, whatever. Two, if you have a hard time remembering your tools, try to do an inventory. You know, when you're done working on a car and you know the car's ready to go after you've test drove it and you pulled it back in to double check everything again, make sure there's no leaks or whatever. Look in the engine bay, do a good once over with your flashlight, whatever, and make sure none of your shit is in there. And the reason why is it's pretty hard for technicians to care or want to try to help you guys whenever you forget stuff like this. Now, I asked the customer where they took their car before, and they don't remember. It's an older customer. He was coming in for an oil change, and his four-wheel drive wasn't working, so he wanted to get that looked at. So I looked at it. Anyway, so when you're done with the car, just do a quick once-over, check your fenders, check the water run right there at the base of the windshield, and all that stuff. You know, it's where we put our stuff. So it's like, those are the most premium places to look. Check beside the battery, check everywhere. And the reason why is because you don't want to make that painful mistake of missing a darn ratchet or a socket or something like that. Then you have to get on that Snap-on truck and tell them, I missed a socket. I lost a socket. And then you got to pay $30 for a socket that you've had already. So, do an inventory. And it doesn't have to be super detailed. Just get a good idea on what all you brought with you and what all you're taking back. If you brought 4 items with you and you got 2, you should probably check that car. Anyway, if that doesn't work for you, or it's just too much work for you, I don't know why it would be, but if it is, try shadow boxing your box. Now, that is a lot more work, but it is extremely successful, and it works very well for making sure that people maintain their boxes. So, basically what a shadow box is say you got this ratchet here. You're going to get foam, like 3/4 inch foam or something like that, and cut an outline of the tool and any tool that you got in there. It does take time, but it's super beneficial. And the reason why is because you'll know immediately when there's something not there. And if you put your tools away after every job, which you should, but unless you're like a mainline tech and you guys are booking cars all day, every day, that'll save you tons of money because you won't lose tools. And I know on average a technician loses 1 to 2 tools a year. Now that might sound like nothing, but when your tools are $120 ratchets and a set of sockets probably $300 and all that, I mean, it adds up. So if you got a $120 ratchet and a $30 socket, there's $150 right there every year. So I mean, that's $300 every 2 years. That's a new tool. So those are just a couple ideas. If you guys have any helpful hints as to how to organize your box or make sure that you don't lose your tools, go ahead and slam those down into the descriptions, because I'm curious to see them as well. Also, if you're interested in joining in the discussion, please make sure you get down in that comments description and comment section and let me know what's the most painful tool you've ever lost or most expensive tool you ever lost or whatever, because I'm really curious to see how far that gets. So let me know, guys. I'm David, the Thrifty Mechanic. Thanks for watching.